It was Joe Root all the way on day two of the test match. He has batted magnificently right from the first ball he played, and he took off from where he left off yesterday absolutely brilliantly. He has been completely mindful of the fact that England need to reach a really big total in this game, and with him being the captain, primarily in his mind would have been a 600 score so that England cannot lose the game from there on. And that's how he went about his innings. He went about his innings realizing that he's got to bat long and score big, and not only score big. So I think this was a huge kind of factor which we got to see today in terms of handling the more difficult passages of play today. He, as captain, took it upon himself to kind of counter Bumrah, counter Ashwin, and counter Ishant Sharma, and thereby setting up the stall for a big total by England. So England now 550 plus have made it clear that they don't want to bat again in this test match. This is where we see international teams thinking differently. If it had been Australia in England's place, they would have approached this game differently and would definitely have put India in for the last hour or so. But England clearly are thinking differently, and they're thinking differently on 2 points. One is that they want to score and bat long enough to not have to bat again in the fourth innings. But more importantly, they want India to feel that they cannot win the game from here on, which is the actual truth. India will not be able to win this game, and hence England feel that if they put India in this defensive mindset, they might come across some hurdles and make some mistakes. So now it's on the Indian batsmen to bat long and deep. Like I said yesterday, day one and day two would have been the best to bat on. Today we've seen the ball gripping a little bit as well. So India have their task cut out. But I feel that in India will also post a big first innings total because while the ball is turning, I feel that England don't have the experience in their spin department to be able to kind of bowl India out twice on this wicket. So I think tomorrow England will bat for a while. They certainly don't seem to be in any urgency. They will want to bat maybe for an hour or so. But what we will see tomorrow is a good strong reply from India. But this seems to be a test which is headed towards a draw. And England would like to think that they have a chance to win this test match. But I think England will probably lack in the experience department, especially from their spin bowling perspective. Let's talk about the pitch a little bit. We spoke yesterday about the fact that it's got a few tufts of grass. Nothing really seemed to happen from those kind of grassy patches at all. What we saw though was there was immediate reverse swing. So by maybe just after lunch yesterday, the ball started reversing. So that's going to be an important factor for us to consider as well, because Anderson probably will get a little more purchase from that reverse swing because he naturally bowls a fuller length than Bumrah and Ishant Sharma both. So that's going to be a point for India to be careful about. I don't think Jofra Archer will have a lot to do with the reverse swing part of it. Jofra Archer will try and come and bowl fast and swing it to start off with, but then he will try and bowl the Yorker and the short ball strategy later on as the innings progresses. So it's going to be important to see what role reverse swing has and how the pitch kind of deteriorates more on day 3 and day 4. While we saw a few balls gripping today, the pitch was a little bit too slow to trouble the batsman. It also didn't have the normal bounce which a chip-off wicket has. So it all remains to be seen. Is this pitch going to hold firm for the next couple of days? In which case, India will be breathing pretty safely. But if it starts turning right from the word go tomorrow, India could be in trouble. Let's talk a little bit about Shahbaz Nadeem here. He has been a great domestic bowler, playing for Jharkhand for many years. I've had the good fortune of knowing him well as well. He's a out and out kind of cricket guy, always talking about the game, a very wily kind of custom when it comes to bowling. I just felt that he didn't express himself fully. Somewhere I felt he kept a little bit locked away in the cupboard. He has more variations than what we saw him use. I don't know if that was a conscious team policy to just try and hold one end up. But I've seen him, for example, bowl the occasional Chinaman. He's got a little bit of a slider going as well. I didn't see a lot of that happening. So I think that's an area where India kind of fell short. Unfortunately, Akshar Patel is injured and hence he couldn't play this test match. But I'm sure that the next test match, it's going to be a point of discussion for the Indian team think tank, whether they want to continue with Shabaz or they want to probably get Kuldeep Yadav into the scheme of things a little bit more, or then if Akshar Patel is fit, Akshar. So I think that's one area where we fell short. The other area, surprisingly, was Washington Sundar's impact. I thought that he would have a little bit more impact with the ball, but unfortunately that didn't come through. So these are two areas where India will want to rejig things a little bit going forward into the next test match. But tomorrow is a big batting day for India. They'll have to bat long and deep, but I think we should be okay by the end of day 3 and day 4. If you have any comments or any suggestions, do leave them on the YouTube channel page, or use the Ask Jagan hashtag on Twitter, and I'll reply back to you. We'll be back around 7:30, 8 o'clock with a review of day 3. It's going to be an interesting test match, and let's see what India's reply comes through as. I've got a feeling Virat Kohli will probably be looking at a big total. It'll be good to see how Shubman Gill in Indian conditions kind of performs here as well. Rohit Sharma hasn't got a big score in Australia. He will be keen on that as well. So I think the top 6 Indian batsmen would all be fancying their chances of a big score. What remains to be seen is how does Anderson use this new SG ball better? Is he going to get more purchase than what Bumrah got and Ishant Sharma got? But I think that's the crucial factor for me, is how Archer and Anderson use this new SG ball. It's going to be fascinating to watch tomorrow. So join me again at around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching.